The launch of the Startup Programme here in Dublin this morning is extremely welcome and complements the increased focus on small and medium-sized enterprises as outlined in the Government's Action Plan for Jobs, which was launched a few months ago. By offering this support to startup companies, SAP is opening the door to some unique opportunities for companies at this stage. In fact, the development stage is the very beginning of the Startup Focus Programme, which then goes to a go-to-market stage and offers the possibility for companies to be recommended for inclusion in SAP's real-time fund. The opportunities opened up to startup companies by this programme are literally endless.
One of the things that we are extraordinarily proud of is our work over the last several years that has resulted in a product called HANA, SAP HANA. And HANA is built entirely organically within SAP by a team literally around the world, starting in Korea, little bit in China and India, in Germany, Paris, little bit here in Ireland, and then in the US, in Palo Alto. The future does not have to be an increment of the past. The future is something that we can construct based on what we know, to be desirable, to be feasible and viable. And that means going into completely new areas. And so we have been pushing the company's edges, the frontiers, into these new areas in healthcare. Today, the analysis and sequencing and interpretation of a genome, in the best case, takes 30 days. In even the most advanced countries, it takes weeks. In Germany, it takes 8 weeks and several thousand euro to sequence a genome and interpret it. There is no reason, once the blood or the tissue sample is taken, this is simply an information processing problem. One of our customers, a large airline, can do the calculation of utilization of seats based on the different fare categories, which is a very important, as you might imagine in these days of resource consumption and fuel prices and so forth. This is an extremely important question for a commercial airline to ask. They were never able to do this for data beyond 6 months, and for 6 months it used to take them 12 hours. So you ask them a question and then 12 hours later you get an answer. With HANA, the same question is answered in 890 milliseconds, which is a performance improvement of 45,000 times. But more importantly than the 45,000 times improvement is the fact that it allows the airline to become much more flexible and in fact allows the consumers to become much more competitive in being able to determine their choices for flying and things of that nature. You must create an ecosystem. You must help create an environment where others can come in and make their imagination, make their creativity, make their intellect a part of this big endeavor. And that is the basis of the HANA Startup Fund.
I would like to welcome and congratulate SAP on its Startup Focus Programme initiative. This is the first Ireland-based SAP Startup Focus Programme, and it's a great opportunity for innovative Irish companies and entrepreneurs to work with SAP as a world-class market leader.
Look forward to the Startup Initiative on the 6th of September in association with Enterprise Ireland. We also look forward to working with Invest NI to identify UK companies to participate in this exciting initiative and meeting many of the innovative startup companies here in Ireland.